Hey everyone, this is James from Investing and Testing. I'm going through another resume review today. This is actually their second shot at this. So we're looking at their improved CV, and it is a lot better than the original one. I will say there are still some things that can be improved, but it's cut a lot of, I think, fluff out of this and made it more professional looking. Like you can see from the look and feel, it looks much better than the original. I've got all the details in Hemingway, the Hemingway app, where you can actually see it essentially tells you some of the things that can be improved. Um, but we're going to go through this section by section. The first thing is the personal profile. I am a software test analyst with 4+ years of working experience in web, mobile, and ERP domains. This is fine, but it's a little bit lacking punch. So let's see how we can improve this. First of all, I don't think you need to say that you are something. Obviously, there's some formatting issues when pasting this in. Software test analyst with 4+ years experience. So software test analyst with 4+ years experience in mobile, web, and ERP domains. Um, uh, proven, no, proven ability to. So I would focus this next sentence on the job that you're applying for. So let's say you're applying for a test engineering role. I would say proven ability to create test automation frameworks which which increase test efficiency. Essentially, copying one of your achievements. What's it saying? Yeah, sure. I guess that's slightly better. This reads a lot better to me, and it's punchier, but roughly the same length. Then the contact me section is great. I will say, so there is one potential problem with what you've got here, and that's this will be printed off quite frequently by a company, and I'm a little bit worried about this blue on blue, because quite often it gets printed out on a black and white printer for when it's being taken into an interview. So just be a little bit wary about this. This section is great. This skills section, I actually use the dots myself, or have used the dots myself, to essentially show experience. There's a big gap here, which I'm not so sure why. I think that this should be like up there. I also think that achievements are more important than skills. So I would put the achievements above the skills. And then straight away, I realize that you do not have enough experience when you put 4 stars for project management. There is no way with 4 years experience that you can have like essentially a full bar of project management. That's just not possible. So I think reduce this to a 3 at absolute minimum. It's essentially showing that you never know what you don't know. And for project management, I can guarantee there's a whole bunch that you don't know, especially given that you've been a software tester. All right, let's go through the achievements. Increase test efficiency by 40% using automation framework. I'd say using an automation framework, or I think that this can be, actually, let's just go into here. Achievements. Using increase the test efficiency. I think it should be increased test efficiency. Yeah, increase test efficiency by 40% through the introduction of test automation. Got client appreciation emails for better communication and fast delivery. That's fantastic. Reduce the overall testing time. What's it saying here? Yeah, I think that's better. reduce the overall testing time by 30%. Okay, so I don't like overall and over, but this is like minimal stuff. So reduce the total test time by 30% over a 6-month period. I take it this is by utilizing test automation, maybe. So maybe it's a similar bullet point from the one above, but with different jobs. But I think these are super strong. This might be just a formatting issue, but that should obviously be New Zealand with the space. Let's see if it is. Yeah, so there should be a space there, and there should be a space after the comma. And yeah, so new space. So I would say always put your stuff in something like Hemingway to give you an idea of like if there are any mistakes. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought as I'm jumping ahead, which I shouldn't do. All right, back here, work experience, software test engineer. So straight away this looks better because there are fewer gaps within your resume now that we've moved one of the sections up, which I talked to you about. Involved in test planning, test estimation, and test execution of HR management software. Helped shape. Okay, so this should be helped shape rather than help shaped because it's just English. And I wonder if Hemingway spots that. Let's see. Oh wow, they don't think that is a mistake. Help shape and realign. See, I really think that it should be like this. Help shape, oops. Helped to shape and realign the business. Helped shape. See, okay. I think this is stronger for me. Let's change it back to what you had. Shaped and realigned business direction based on market survey. I think this should be a market survey. Involved in test planning, test estimation, and test execution of HR management software. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it could be punchier, but because you're using like test planning is quite a high level task, I think just being involved with it is fine. I will say one thing that I'm missing from your. Oh, you have talked about Agile. Okay. But you don't really have. Okay. Yeah. What I'm worried about with your skills summary is that they do not match to the skills that you would usually find in a software testing job. So I would expect like agile project management or agile methodology, 3 stars. Manual testing, 3 stars. Maybe exploratory testing. I don't know if you've actually done that, but whatever. Test on all of these like really high level and not what someone is looking for when they're looking for a software tester. So I think these should be changed to being, and I should have picked up on that right at the start, but it's only when going back. These should be changed to be more based on the job that you're applying for. Okay. Involved in functional process testing. So I don't like the capital F of Microsoft Dynamics 365 implementation for finance and operations. Yep. Created and maintained an extensible automation test framework. Again, I think if you're going to capitalize it, you have to capitalize all 3 or none. So like automation test framework, all caps. From scratch. I don't think you need to say from scratch because you're putting created for all major functional scenarios using Selenium. This is great. I think that should actually be your first bullet point. Okay. So yeah, seeing a lot of involved. And I think involved is a slightly weak word. What you could use instead is collaborated to develop or collaborated to build out, something which shows that you're working with other people, but is a stronger way of saying it. So yeah, involved in functional process testing of, yeah. So what else have we got? Again, I think this should be at the top. Essentially, always what you're most proud of first. Involved in test planning, again, you can just use something that's stronger here, but it's reasonable. Introduced hybrid agile methodology to increase test efficiency. That's great. Performed load testing using JMeter for 2 projects with high user load and security analysis using ZAP. I don't think you need when needed. I potentially talk about how high a load, but I think this is fine. Educational history, you've got your degree of high advanced software test management and leadership skills. I'm not so sure what you mean here. Researched, analyzed, and applied. I think this should be past tense because you're no longer there. Critically evaluated and implemented automated testing. Yeah, so I think this should be past tense because you're no longer there. Evaluated and implemented performance testing tools. Yep. Actually, yeah, this is well written now. So I'm pretty proud of it. Like, this is good. There are essentially minor things that I would change now, but overall, this is a pretty solid resume. And one that really stands out. If you're applying for, I know you're applying for like junior/intermediate roles, this would be one of the best junior and intermediate CVs that I would have seen in my time in New Zealand. So I think you have a good chance of being fast-tracked now. This is great. So yeah, congratulations, good work. And so this has been James from Investing in Testing. If people want more help or advice, reach out to me or go on our website, investingintesting.com. Thanks, everyone.